ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another week. That's right, guys. We're back again. Got two matches for you tonight. Starting here in the next couple of minutes. This one right here, we're going to be starting off with IBRN Vandalorum versus Digital Rain. This is your 3v3 Tier 4 flavor of Week 2 of the fall season 2024 of LOS Champs. Man, how is everybody doing? Whew. If I haven't said it yet, which I know I haven't because I just started talking, not that buns quite this early into the stream, but I do know I am the Money Magic, and I am I'm your host tonight. I got Cake running things for me, as I always do and whatnot. Don't worry. I got an official doctor's note that says I am not crazy. So, Cake does exist. All right? So, he does exist. He is a real person. He is a real thing. Just take my words for it, guys. But yeah, first match tonight, IBRN Vandalorum versus Digital Rain, and it's that 3v3 Tier 4 that we were talking about. It's set to kick off here in the next minute or two. And yeah, I hope everybody's doing good. Predictions! Woohoo! Guys, champ points. Do something with them. You got predictions up in the chat right now. Wager up a little bit of a bet. Place it on your friends competing. Place it against your friends competing. I won't tell. I mean, you know, I won't tell if you won't, you know? So, oh my God, there we go. Everybody's getting themselves in here. Everybody is shaping up. This is going to be a juicy, juicy match. Let's go ahead and get the welcome. Let's get the gauntlet thrown down, shall we? All right. You are so very welcome, my friend. There we go. 6 players on the field. The first 5 minutes of game number 1 of the best of 5 now officially underway. First kickoff. JXC or 1020 will have this one over to the side. He's going to control it down. It's going to be a little bit of a pinch effort towards the net. Cleared back downfield over here into the Digital Rain half. Control from Synergites. Ooh, nicely done for the undertouch from Doug Dimmadome. He passes it off to the midfield for Fluffy Death. And our first one goes in. I did not expect to see the name Doug Dimmadome at the Dimsdale Dimmadome. But, we have them in our lobby, guys. Second kickoff, well underway now. 1020 looks to make an early goal. That's the second early attempt there for Digital Rain. And the third one going to follow up. The backward touch out, not quite enough for Parallel to get a touch, but he's going to tap it back. 1020 an opportunity, but Vent is going to be close to challenge. Using that back wall, Fluffy's going to go up for it, but no touch on that one. Synergites forcing the 50. Ooh, big challenge from Doug. Over the top of Fluffy, leaving Vent alone for one more challenge. He's got to get a touch. Doug's going to get there quickly out of the corner. Synergites controls, flipping the field on its head. And again, back into the orange half here from Fluffy. Looks for that roll through. Very aggressive on that demo attempt. Finds himself in that net a little bit, but it is aggressive. And it does do its part in keeping a little bit of pressure. Threaten the demo. Good stuff. Got Doug here, takes control of that ball, just kind of swipes it away, and just a little bit of the ground to air, and into the back of the net it goes. Fairly neutral kickoff, finding himself all the way up that side wall. Synergites a little bit off key for that touch. It's going to be off the wall again from Fluffy over to Doug Dimmadome. Parallel will try to take the 50. Doug's going to get it around him, ground and side wall to air triple, sorry. On the bottom side for the little pop shot by Synergites, the save, it comes out. We have time left, one missed shot. There's the second. The second one is going to be there, and 1020 is going to get himself on the board, and not only himself, but Digital Rain with their first one. Now 2-1. fast approaching halftime with 3 goals on the board between both teams right now. Trailing by 1 in a 2-1 situation. I read that as 2:30. It is 3:25, guys. I am the Caster's Buns. Don't worry about me. All right, back on track. Doug off from the side towards that midfield, hopeful for a goal, but it does not find itself the rest of the way on that. Fluffy takes that 50 midfield over to Vent. Let's challenge the corner. Parallel's going to have to wait for this one a little bit. 10-20 bails him out on the low side. Synergites clearing through the midfield now. It's going to be Synergites chasing that demo. You can see as it goes almost all the way, but Vent is going to get a last-second goal line save. Oh my lord, it's just got to find its way. Dimmadome has struck again. See the clear out there from Parallel, tries to bring it midfield, but Doug has his own very big touch from downtown, and it finds a gap, and now they'll lead by 2 at 3-1. High up we go with Fluffy. Reads it nicely, but it comes down in the hands of 10-20. The 50 coming out as well. Parallel going to be the first to receive. Nice little redirecting touch on the low side there to the corner with Doug. Defending his own half right now. Has to get a confident clear. Fairly confident. Gets it around Synergites. Looking a little bit better for him right now as he goes to ground to the air. Around 1, around 2. It's in for Doug. My, oh my. Nicely done. Now I can officially say we're past the halfway point, being 2 minutes and 30 has gone by. I mean, I'm telling you, I stared at that clock and I could have swore it said 2:30 already. But that's why the Caster's Buns. That's why we say that around here, because I am Buns, guys. 4-1, 3-goal separation. Couple misses are happening a little bit here and there. Doug's going to try to go for another one. Not happy with what he has so far. Outside the back wall, and it's going to get 50'd out again. Doug's going to stay close. He's going to opt to leave it there for Pit, but Synergize is going to press forward. Looks towards the net. Anger in his eyes and a shot on target, but it's going to get saved just barely by Doug. The corner to the midfield. Doug again on the defense, proving himself to be competent on the backside of the field as well. Get 50, Vin. Oh my lord, what a save. Holy. That was a nicely done and nicely accomplished 50 that turned into a shot. What is this one again? Another one. Just a little bit of the redirect touches like this are absolutely insane to see them just pulled off time after time. It keeps the momentum very high. It changes the direction of that ball at the very last second. It just adds so much momentum to the play. Good stuff from everybody so far. Go a little bit of the there we go, bump the player off of that ball. It takes them out of the equation, lets a free ball happen for Fluffy, tries to control it off his own back wall. Parallel's going to have it to the corner, gets 50'd by Doug. Free flip to the ball, midfield over to Vent, shot, but it's going to be off to the right. Oh my lord, almost the redirect into the own net, but it is taken out. Nicely done. From downtown again, upfield to Vent, nicely done for the passing play. 5-1. Sub 1 minute and 4 goals. It is definitely something that can be done. 10-20 has an opportunity there to pass it to the midfield. Parallel is going to reach the back wall nicely. Here it comes, and there it goes, just a little bit underneath the ball for 10-20. A little bit of a tap back. Doug Dimmadome looks to the midfield. He sees Fluffy, but Synergites is going to get a bite of that one. A really healthy bite, almost rolls its way in from downtown, but it is stopped by Vin. 0 boost in the tank. A ball in his sights. Control in his mind, but Parallel has a nice 50 to accomplish. 10 seconds counting down now as Fluffy's going to clear up field. 10-20. Leaves that for Synergites. Doug redirects off the sidewall. Fluffy tries to go for the corner. It's going to be a bit weak as it comes out. Doug's going to push it away. It's going to bounce the corner up. The ball still up. See what happens with it. A little bit of the team bump. Had enough of it. It is down, and Vandalorum will take game number 1. 8 shots and 5 answered, 4 saves and 3 on the board as well. A little bit of that just 8 shot. It's hard to get around the shot count. You always have something going on in 3. That's the unique thing with your different game modes, right? 3s is always someone on that ball. If you don't have someone on the ball at any point in time or trying to, you're going to have problems. So 3s, very high pace. As a team, you're always committing. As an individual, you're always working to be in a better and better spot. It's always a good pace, man. Casting 3s is always a good thing always a good and fun thing to do, and hopefully it's fun to watch as well. So on to game 2. Game number 2 now underway. A fairly calm kickoff, but finds itself sitting to that midfield area more so than the other game has. 10-20 is going to try to take an early shot. They've been good at that so far. Digital Rain with their early capitalizations on a shot after kickoffs. They just have yet to land one off their first couple touches, but they get closer and closer seemingly every time. Kickoffs are definitely one of their stronger suits, in my opinion. They're able to just get that ball, put it on target with the quickness in the first couple seconds after each kickoff, and, well, going on 2 games now. So you can definitely say that with confidence that they do a fairly good job with those getting that first shot opportunity. A little bit of awkwardness coming out there for our man Fluffy with that ball. Just cannot get back to it. Boost not in his favor. It does come downfield now into the hands of our man's there. My RL tracker was in the way. I couldn't see his name. What a unfortunate circumstance. It had to be Vent. He's gone. He's bound to do great things, but that one's going to be the crossbar. Fluffy looks to stay close. Doug Dimmadome looks to challenge in. He's not able to get a bite quite yet. Circles back around with a touch to the midfield. 10-20 receives on the low side. 0 boost, but has control of this ball. Keeps it low, keeps it close, and puts it midfield. Doug's going to go for it. Gets a miss. Synergize is going to control back to the corner. Parallel on the back wall. Looks for the midfield pass, but it's going to be taken out and put to the midfield by a defender. Right now, look at this. Digital Rain really tightening up and just coiling around their opponent, keeping the pressure high and keeping it right now in the Vandalorum half. Looking to get their first one in this game on the field and take the early initiative. Doing a great job so far keeping this pressure on. Vince going to get a nice downfield clear, though. Release some of that pressure and gives a little bit of time back to his teammates, but what a 50 there from 10-20, dunking his opponent. And now the battle for midfield is surely underway. That's a demo on the goal line. That's a bump as well. Fluffy open for the shot, but the just last second touch for that save. Absolutely had a goal written all over that play, but what a save. Nicely done. Now we go. Now the intensity's ramping up. You got a lucky save there. Another one there from the top side of the net. The third shot not quite able to make its way through the rest of the way. Doug's going to have control of the ball. Fluffy looking for the bump, and it's going to get taken off the top. Parallel, open field. Not any boost to really worry about, but he's got to flip forward into the ball. That's the first one, 234. Wow. That big aggressive challenge on that dunk 50 coming out from Parallel was absolutely, we're going to say it, unparalleled in terms of choices to make there. It led straight to a goal and leading on the board right now with over half of the game gone so far and 1 goal. This match is already a different story from game number 1. Very close, very low scoring. And it just, game 1 is usually a bit of that touchy-feely phase we like to call it, where teams just kind of suss each other out a little bit. Where are the weaknesses? Where are the strengths? Who are the players we just need to delete off this field as much as we possibly can and target for our physicality? I mean, a little bit of a double commit there and a double miss. It's going to leave Vent alone, but not afraid. Backwards challenge. Parallel's going to come in nice and quickly for that one. Fluffy touches, but gets bumped a little bit on his way through. 10-20 controls to the corner. 0 boost and down to Doug. Nicely done from the top side for the touch. Vent passes up to Doug. It's going to get saved by Parallel. Good team play from awkward situations, but right now, Vandalorum still looking for their first one as we have 90 seconds remaining now. And Digital Rain is not looking to let go of this lead. They have 5 shots on the board already, leading their opponent by 2 in the terms of shooting. But man, it's looking really good for them right now if they can just keep a hold of this one and get a nice shot or 2 on the goal as well, like that one, Synergites. They're going to get rewarded now in the lead by 2, 75 seconds. Wow. Topsy-turvy, flipped on its head. A winning kickoff, but Parallel is going to be waiting on that back left side to take control of that ball. Synergites popping it high midfield. Doug's going to take a touch off to his own left side wall. Vent will read it to the midfield. Tries to get it around. 50s with Parallel nicely. It's going to bounce all the way back out to the midfield. Doug's up for it, but Synergites is going to get the saving touch. Vent back to the midfield. Fluffy there to receive. It's going to be just wide on the left end. Not quite what he's looking for. Doug, pre-flip. And crossbar. Close, but no cigar. Needing 2 in the next 41, but the pressure's looking really good right now. The revolving door has been spun and shows no sign of stopping right now. It's going to be down to Digital Rain. Really just getting themselves together for this moment. Pull forward just that little bit more and get this ball out of here if you want to protect your lead by 2 right now and maintain that cushion. It's done. I mean, you can see now the fight has moved its way more towards that midfield. Digital Rain able to regain a little bit of ground right now, but it's right in that shooting zone still. Where just as I called it, just right in that shooting zone, man. They started to regain some ground, and then Vandalorum just pushed a little bit back in, and you see Vent with a nice spicy recommit there. 11 seconds left, and 1 more goal to get. This could be huge. Losing it back left, the Hail Mary attempt, Vent to the midfield, redirect from Doug. He's got to remain up for it. Almost a touch. 10-20 clears it up. And this one looks to be, it bounces up. It bounces out. Synergites up for 1 more. Bounces the ceiling. Parallel. The shot, it's going to be a little short and left. And Digital Rain will take game number 2. Now a 1-1 series. 6 shots and 7. The offensive advantage still remained in the hands of Vandalorum, but only by 1 this time around. 4 saves and 3. Definitely the defensive work there of Digital Rain, able to hold back that storm there for that later part of the game. It felt like the revolving door was just in a full circular motion that they were just holding off very well. And for that, they get rewarded the win of game number 2 as we set ourselves down to go to DFH Stadium. Oh no, man. Don't get no. All right, guys, another 5 minutes. The ball high to the side wall. Synergite's going to get dunked by Vent. Parallel's going to be back for a 100 boost grab. Plays it low. And that one's going to get 50 all the way through. Fluffy has to work with this very carefully. It's going to come to the midfield, but Vent's going to get a hold of it. Looks for 1, gets the second touch. Nice turnaround by 10-20. He now has control, has to dodge 1 demo. He does so, puts it midfield, but it's going to be a fairly easy shot to stop, and it is stopped dead in its tracks. Now Vent charge forward, upfield pass to Doug Demodome. It's going to pass midfield. Now that is a corner bounce that is just barely on that corner hitbox. I'm telling you, that almost looked like it would have bounced straight out. A little bit of the bumpy happening to Doug. Vent open field in front of him. The ball just there, but the 50 coming out from Parallel. Doug back to the midfield again. Oh my God, Synergites, almost an own goal. But nicely done. What we're going to call that the confident strategy. Using your own back wall there to put that one out. I mean, hey, it got the job done. Well done. Fluffy taking a shot on target, but it's made it be the left side and out. 10-20. No boosted. A little bit of the missed jump. Synergize will take control. Vin's gonna 50. It's gonna go in his own net. Bottom left 90. That's our first one, 346. Always those rogue 50s like that. If you're on the receiving end, if you're on the side that gets the goal, you're like, wow, that just happened. I mean, to be honest, I'm like that no matter what side of that I'm on. You know, it's like, wow, that just happened. But unfortunate as it is, it's still a goal. Almost a second. Vint got one save, but 10-20 returns fire again. Passes at midfield, you saw. There's the touch out from Vint, and he just goes to roll through to recover on his outs and is able to find the ball one more time. The second goal now, 335. What a kickoff, as I was saying earlier, guys. The first shot opportunity much remains in the hands of Digital Rain more often than not. Definitely superior in terms of kickoff strategy, I would assume at this point. They're able to consistently seemingly just pull that off. 10-20 from downtown. Doesn't find itself in, nearly there, but Vin saves. Synergize goes for the midfield pass again. It's a little just a little much, though. Not a touch will come out of it. Up in the air, free ball for Doug as he takes it downfield. Now easy touch for 10-20. Boost stolen from him, though, and the rotation through and the pass midfield was a little bit of a trouble area. Doug's going to maintain possession of this ball. Now has it on the bottom side. 50s with 10-20. There we go. Synergize is going to win that ball outright and clearly done. Now looks midfield, leaves it for 10-20, and that's going to be the second one for him and the third one for the team. 2:34, 4 seconds off of halftime of the game. Man. What a back and forth battle. The pendulum swung from one side real hard. Game number one. Found ourselves resting pretty much in the middle. And right now, 3 goals in the lead. Digital Rain really getting a hold of things right now. Trying to dig in as much as they can. Get a little bit of a lead and just hold on for dear life. As it's looking good for them right now. But every time stuff like that, it's just so close for Vandalorum. Just a little bit different in terms of a touch. I mean, it's just a goal every time. Their shots are not to be taken lightly and are very dangerous in terms of setting up their plays. Doug has control of that ball going to the corner. It's the early challenge from Parallel there. And like, look at that. Big save from Fluffy. Doug control the ball. Has a bit of a touch out to the midfield. Parallel is going to be up for the touch. He's going to take it there. A little bit off. Vince going to take the 50 with 10-20. It bounces perfectly at midfield. Synergize is already up, and he gets the 4th goal. I mean, he's up before it even touched the back wall. You can definitely tell he's maybe just happened to have hit in a training pack once or twice in his time. So, there you go. Congratulations. Minute and 38 seconds, and nearly another opportunity for Digital Rain, but it is saved off not once but twice. Fluffy's going to have to work a little bit here. It's going to stay just around him. 10-20. Doesn't have an opportunity to pass midfield, but it's going to be a near goal opportunity for Parallel. Bounces back midfield. Synergize, another one for the team. And now the 5th goal for Digital Rain. It's definitely looking really huge right now for them as a trio. Being up 5 goals at 123 like this, trying to shut out Vandalorum in game number 3, keeping them at 0. Just not letting them even get themselves on the board. Momentum is definitely the key word I would work to say here, as they're trying to build up as absolute much of it as they you possibly can in a 5-minute span. From the corner back to the midfield, Parallel's going to keep it in play, keep the pressure alive. Synergize again for another shot. It's going to be a bit weak. Fluffy will have no problem saving that. Doug, there we go. That's what he's been looking for. Just, oh my lord, I could have swore that was in. But it's got to be a little bit off that left. Synergize again, right side. Trying to get that 6-1. They're just throwing themselves at the ball right now. Every little shot they can take, every little big touch in their pocket, they're throwing it at it right now. And they do not care if it goes or doesn't, but it's nice when it does for them. 10-20 getting the 6th for his team. Seconds remaining of game number 3. Ball high to the midfield. Vent looks for one touch there. Not quite the angle on it. Synergites passing it up midfield. 10-20 not liking it. Leaves it for his teammate, Doug Dimmadome on the save. Final 15 seconds now as they count down 6 goals. It definitely is going to be a Digital Rain victory here in game number 3. Now is when they start talking about the strategy for the next round. Both teams are probably conversing right now exactly what needs to happen, what needs to change, what doesn't need to change. And now that with the clock on 0, it only remains when the ball touches the ground that we will get fully underway. Keeping the ball up right now, it's all about a game of we want one more and we want a little bit of time. It's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, an own goal for the 7th. But, hey, it's got to come to an end sometime. $14 shots. Ooh, good God. Okay. I had to reread that for a second. That is a massive amount of offensive pressure that Digital Rain was able to put on there. I mean, you got to commend Vandalorum, though. That trio put up 8 saves. That is a crazy amount of defense. But with that many shots, I mean, something's going to get through. I mean, it's gonna happen, right? It's called the shotgun method for a reason. It sprays a bit, and something's gonna go somewhere. So, and just in this opportunity, it's just the back of the net. Game number 4, 2-1 series right now. Only takes 3 to win, and Digital Rain building up a lot of momentum, trying to just let that be their name of the game right now. All up to Vandalorum trio. Put it into it. Keep themselves alive in the series, and they've got 5 minutes here to do it. In game number 4, Utopia Coliseum, we have begun. And controls to the corner, gets 50. Synergize not quite done. Doug's going to clear it out again. There we go. A little bit of the redirecting touch by Vent. Quick turn on the ball. He's got 1 touch, make it 2 towards the net. Synergize clearing out. Stays on the ball. Gets it around Doug cleanly. Fluffy. There we go. Back out again. Vent. Got to be careful. They can't get stuck in this defense right now. We've seen Vandalorum do good things. We just need to get this ball out right now. There we go. Good touch. It's got to be a bit quick. There's the clear downfield from Vent. It's going to ring the back wall. A little bit of a touch there. Desperation from Parallel. He gets 1 save. Make it 2 on 0 boost. And they stay alive. Synergites. Nice flick, but it's going to get taken by Vent. Bounce the ceiling. Doug has to wait for the bounce. A little bit of an awkward read. Parallel clearing upfield, up to 10-20 on that high sidewall. Back wall back to the midfield. No one's quite there to read it. Vent's up to Fluffy. Redirecting to the back wall. Comes back to the midfield. Synergites getting the clear again. Now it's a game of back and forth. We're reaching each end to end. A midfield pass is made, but no goals are scored quite as of yet. As the midfield is not really the battleground right now. It seems to be the goal line for both teams. Only one's going to get the honor of the first goal. We'll see who that's going to be together. Parallel's going to wait for this ball to come to him. 10-20 opts to go for him. Doug goes for the touch. It's a misread. Fluffy's going to take a touch, but it's going to go back to his upper back corner area. Vent's going to read it nicely. Synergites from up in the air. He's going to put it towards the net. Fluffy getting a save. A lot of, right now, stuck in the half for Vandalorum, but nicely done. Big saves coming out from the trio. Able to work under this pressure, and here we go. I mean, you can see what they're going for. I mean, I saw a very much open net. You can see the opportunity they're trying to take by just shoving that back downfield, shooting the open from downtown. I mean, you can see the opening happening more and more in the defense there for Digital Rain. Just need the power on that touch, and for the ball to just not touch anything on its way through. The ball seemingly, oh my God. Okay. 50 coming out, almost a goal coming off of which. 10-20, ground to the air, faking on the way up and down. What a save from Fluffy. 2 minutes and 34 seconds. Deadlocked 0-0. Center Guide's going to beat cleanly to the ball. Doug Dimmadome from the ground to the air he goes. Looks for the touch, makes it one. Uses that ceiling, a little bit of a pinch action coming out. Ben's going to take a shot from the outside. Parallel's going to take one for himself. Fluffy, the 50 to the side while it goes. Oh, there we go. Nicely done. A touch. It's going to be a bit open and empty, though. Doug had control of the ball, but Parallel takes it from him. Ben off his own back wall. Tries to pass it upfield a little bit. Uses it himself again. It's going to bounce the ceiling. Back to Doug. 0 boost, but he's going to chuck it downfield anyways. Sees an opportunity. There's the open. It's going to be Fluffy for the shot. Almost a goal. What a save for 10-20. Doug will take a touch. He's got time on the ball. Nothing to worry about quite yet. Nice beat around 1. It's still 0-0. Best to take your time like he's doing there and get a nice quality play, making it past half field. Vint keeping the pressure on now with a fake on that upper end touch to keep it down low. Now it's a race back. Boost is going to be the issue that needs to be solved there first. Doug grabs his own 100, but the ball becomes awkward for him. There's the pass upfield. It's going to get intercepted by 10-20. Doug gets the demo, but Fluffy Death staring down the goal, faking his way towards hopeful victory of a shot. It's going to be taken from the outside, but it misses just by going wide. All the way down from the pinch clear there from your Digital Rain defense. What a save there from Vint. Looked very good of a shot. Vint, you can see him go for the bump. It's huge. It makes Energites awkward, and Doug will get one in. 59 seconds on our first goal. Man. That was a well-placed shot. Well done. Looking to keep the momentum going off that shot. It's an early opportunity there for Vandalorum. The third man Sin comes in. He looks to keep control of this ball. It's going to get put out, though, by the defense. Synergize, the last man back. You saw an open net there for the moment there. Oh, it's just going to be in for them. Vint getting the second one, 43 seconds, and they appeared to have put an end to that momentum. But, man, was it a hard fight to get that first one on the board. The second one just found itself open. They scored that. I mean, the opportunity, a quick turnaround, a quick opportunity, good recoveries is going to lead to stuff like that. I mean, a third shot there coming in there in that quick span of time, this time on the side of Digital Rain looking for one to get back. I mean, man, 2 goals up with sub 30 seconds. Got to be careful right now. A lot can happen in 30 seconds. 20 now as they count down. Parallel's going to look to control. Fluffy passing the midfield is going to be up and there. Doug's going to get the touch. That's a shot on target. And the third one for your Vandalorum trio at 13 seconds left. And very good for them to keep themselves alive in the series and tie us up 2-2. Ten seconds as they count down. A 3-goal lead looks very, very good for the IBRN Vandalorum trio. They kept themselves in the series. They're going to be tying it up 2-2 and taking us all the way to Champions Field in the best of 5. It's just by what? There it is. Well done. We talked about that momentum, man. That was an absolute downhill boulder to stop dead in its tracks. After a 7-0 loss in game number 3. I mean, good God. Way to keep yourself in there. The name of the game there was just mental. You gotta believe that you can put it into the pain, and you gotta believe that you can get a beginning of your own in giving. And they did just that. 10 shots rang out, 6 shots returned, 6 saves, and 6 saves. I mean, fairly even Stevens in terms of the defensive side of things, but the offensive there definitely resided with the IBRN Vandalorum squad. And man, we got one place to go. There's only one map that can settle matters of this magnitude and cake. That's Champions Field. It'll be the first time we find ourselves here on the channel going to Champions Field this season. And what a series to do it on. here we go. Game 5 for it all. 2-2 in the series. It's going to be an own goal to start us off. Right past Fluffy nose. Hey, man. It happens to the best of us. Oh. I saw the intention. Definitely afraid of the shot on target. Like I said, man. Digital Rain, really good at getting that first shot opportunity. And a second. I mean, the kickoffs are just absolutely painful right now. I mean, good God. Well done. There we go. The kickoffs seem to have been put to an end. Good adjustment by the Vandalorum. Now look to cook up an opportunity themselves, but it's going to be 10-20 on the ball. Ben putting it to the midfield. Fluffy chasing down Synergites, beats him to the ball cleanly. Doug Dimmadome, that's a shot, and it's going to be almost bottom left 90. The refire's cleanly done, though, Doug. Well done for the first one for your team at 4:34. That's 3 goals in 26 seconds of gameplay. This is going to be a volatile game. Yes, Cake, I can do math. You guys can't hear the way he said that. There was such surprise in his voice. I've been insulted. I've been insulted. All right, parallel off to that sidewall. Control the ball. He's got Vent to deal with. Staying close and really providing a nuisance. What a redirect from 10-20. Maybe just slightly off though for him. Doug from downtown. It's destined for glory as it goes to the back wall to the midfield, but it's gonna get stopped dead in his tracks by parallel. Oh my God, Vin! What a shot! Desmond 2-2 at 4:13. Good God, man. Champions Field brings out the absolute most violent plays in all players and the most devious of shots and plays. I mean, a back-to-back near kickoff goals and followed up by 2 nasty shots of the opposing team that were victims of those kickoff goals. I mean, and we find ourselves tied up. Can it get any better than this? I want more. Ask and thou shalt receive. We get a great save. Well done. And now the counterattack underway. Doug, no boost. He's going to get beat to that one cleanly by 10-20. Up comes Synergites, beating the defense cleanly to that ball. Bent looking to play for some space. Tries to put it out there around Parallel, but Parallel takes control of that. Well done, keeping that touch close to the wall. Awkward as it is, and a shot on target as it was. And on target in that net, it became Fluffy Death. Now in the lead by 1, 3-2, 3:39. There we go. A little bit of the bumpy happening. We find ourselves in midfield. Team looking to really just take possession of this ball right now. It's going to be awkward for Doug there, but it's all right. The 50 comes out. The second man comes in for the bail. Ben's going to take a touch. 10-20. Nicely done for the save. Energites control the ball, but Fluffy looks midfield. Parallel clearing it out. Doug Dimmadome keeping it in that offensive station, but that's going to be a clear that no one's able to get to. 10-20 takes 1 touch, falls up for the second. Beat to it by Vin. Midfield, the ball's going to bounce out. Fluffy's going to receive over to the right side. There's one demo. There's the midfield. It's open for Fluffy. Just needs the shot on target. Well done. 4th goal. Now ahead by 2 with sub 3 minutes. Nice 50s in the midfield. The battle for the ball right now, again, not 1 but 2 50s in the midfield in a row, and it's going to be Parallel that passes it out. Vin's going to be on the defensive side for a touch. Well done. A little bit of an awkward bounce there to read for Synergize, and Doug will take a touch. It's going to be really kind of iffy, though, as Parallel's able to get that one up. It goes into the dangerous territory right now for Vandalorum. Half the game remaining, ahead by 2, but this is an absolute eternity in a game of 3s. In a series that has swung absolutely wildly from end to end, with very high scoring games and very hard fought contentious games where it's just seemingly no one can score. 2 goals can be huge, but a shot like that could have been even bigger as it finds itself just to the crossbar and out. And Synergize looks for one more touch on that ball. Fluffy, oh my lord, what a save. Parallel, well done keeping that one out as they deny the opportunity for the lead to grow by one more. They look to get one of their own. The glancing touch from Doug. It's going to bounce back to the midfield. Vince going to get it cleanly around, bouncing all the way to the back wall. He wants one touch. He gets the second. It's in off the bump. I mean, it's cringe, but we like our cringe. Pretty sure you got a bump. Absolutely. Yeah, that's cringe, but we love it. 3-goal differential all the way to the sidewall. 50s are coming out. Ben's going to take a defensive touch, but Parallel already up for the shot. The bounce shot. Oh, Ben's going to get a nice save. Well done. Ben clearing out to the left side with a little bit of a redirecting touch. It's going to be Parallel to the ball. A little bit of a misread. 10-20. Ben going for the bump through, run through on the defensive player there, but nicely done and dodged. Synergites. Looks for that shot, but he's going to get 50'd by Vin. Again, Vin, that's a little bit of a misfortunate touch as it's going to put it back in the dangerous territory. Fluffy's a bit awkward. He gets there, though. 66 seconds remaining. 10-20 looks to use the back wall. Vin takes a glancing touch on the defensive side of that, and it finds itself all the way back out of the hands of Doug Dimmadome. Here we go, off the ceiling. Oh, my. Very close. Go almost around 10-20, but getting a last-second touch. 10-20 going for the fake. Doug Dimmadome on the save. 44 seconds, 3 goals, and a 5-2 game. A 2-2 tied-up series. It's got to be done. It's got to be here. Fake the high side, take the low side shot, but it's going to be open season right now for 10-20. Just has to get this ball midfield. Looks for the bump, connects with it, but no real damage done. As Vin's going to get a nice, healthy clear and deny that attacking opportunity. The pre-jump there, feeling very confident with 18 seconds left. 3 goals at this point, very, very unlikely. And 10-20 looking to go the distance. A demo happening on the goal line. 10 counting down now. And man, here we go. A little bit of the ceiling bounce. Fluffy's not going to be able to get to that one. Definitely did not read that ceiling. 3, and then 2, and then 1 is all she wrote. The next time this ball touches down, it will be done and gone. What do we got? An absolute cluster happening in that corner. Everybody's going. Everybody wants one more. Their piece of the pie, if you will. But IBRN Vandalorum will take this one in a very hard-fought 3-2 series. Wow. What a set of games, guys. Holy crap. 10 shots and math 8. All right, 10 shots versus 8. Pretty close in terms of that absolute buttload of pressure coming out from both teams. I mean, but there can only be one victor in all things. 5 saves versus 6. I mean, very close on both ends, man. Yeah, not a problem there, Doug Dimmadome. And Fluffy, yeah, not a problem, guys. Man, I mean, look at that game spread. 5-1, 2-1, 7-0, 3-0. I mean, the back-to-back swing, going from 7-0 to 3-0 for each team, getting closeouts like that. It's just, good Lord, man. I mean, 5-1, losing 5-1 to winning 2-1 and then winning 7-0. Like, this is definitely the game of just mental, was entirely this series. Keeping your head in it and putting on an absolute banger of a series for us. Well done to all 6 of you. That's crazy. But ultimately, congratulations for IBRN Vandalorum for winning week 2. Man. All right. All right, guys, we're going to take a short break here, but don't go very far. We got one more game, and it's a spicy one. If I'm not mistaken, I heard Cake whisper it in my ear. Tier 1? Oh, my God. He 3v3 Tier 1. That's going to be spicy. All right, guys, short break. Be here 10 p.m. Eastern or be square for the Tier 1 3v3, and I'll see you guys then.